Are you ready for your personal independence? In this video, I'm going to be taking you through 6 kinds of personal independence that you can start working on, provided you're ready to make the decision. Let's get started. Hi, this is Karthik. Super happy to see you inside my YouTube channel. So happy to know that you're interested in working towards your own personal independence. In this video, as I mentioned, this is about you building and you creating your own personal independence. And why is it important? Well, because when we talk about independence, it's not just about, getting that freedom from whoever is ruling our country, our nation, or our state, but it's also about that own feeling of personal independence. Don't you think that's going to be very, very crucial? So let's get started with the very first kind of personal independence. And I call it as thought independence. Thought independence. And how do I define this? It's the ability to think beyond your current circumstances, thinking beyond where you currently are, but ability to think a little bit ahead in the future, ability to think about change, ability to think about impact, about contribution, so on and so forth. Right? So that's about thought independence. And the reason why I'm able to share this video with you is because of this, because I had this independent thought about 6 types of personal independence that we should start working on. And that's why you're able to see this video. I hope this is making sense to you. Yeah. But a lot of times you'll see people going through this challenge, right? This challenge that they're unable to experience thought independence because we are all worked up. We are all worked up towards paying our bills, about running our daily routines, and all of those things. And therefore, it becomes really challenging for a lot of individuals to think beyond their own current circumstance. And let me know in the comment box as a comment below, and let me know, if you have seen this happening to a lot of individuals, or if you have experienced this yourself. When a lot of things are not going the way we want in our lives, it becomes challenging to think beyond our current circumstances, isn't it? For example, it can be just to pay bills, as I mentioned here. So let me know if you have seen people going through this challenge. Yeah. And why do a lot of people go through this challenge? You already know a bit of it, but the one of the big reason could be because of past conditioning. Maybe people are told that you can only do this, you can only achieve this, you cannot change your domain, you cannot start your own venture, so on and so forth. So because of that, they tend to not think beyond their own current thought process, their own fear, their own failures, and all that. And that tends to keep people stuck in that situation. Yeah. And it can also be because of the fear of being judged. What if I share this thought, and the other person or this team, or whoever I am with, they're going to judge me on this? Have you seen this in a specific meeting kind of a situation, at office, at work, where you would have probably had a thought in your mind that you wanted to share, but you held yourself back, and someone else shared the same exact thought, and you're kind of thinking, why the hell did I not share this thought with my team, with the people here? Yeah. If you've experienced this, let me know. One of the big reasons can be, as I said, fear of being judged. What if this is not a good thought? What if people agree we try and this does not go well? So on and so forth. So that's the first kind of independence. That's your thought independence. Okay. So now let's transition into the second kind, which is decision independence. And I would like to define it as ability to take fast decisions independently. Ability to take fast decisions. And a challenge that a lot of people go through is, it's not so, kind of a fun process to take fast decisions, right? Because, as I'm writing it here, most people do not enjoy decision making independence, but rather get entangled in decision interdependence, and therefore that slows them towards, kind of achieving whatever they are planning to achieve. So if you've been experiencing this decision interdependence, please let me know in the chat box, because if you are experiencing that, I'd be more than happy to help you, kind of start working on some important factors that can give you that confidence and give you that courage towards making independent decisions. Okay. And why do many people face this challenge? Let's understand a few reasons here. Because, as I said, before, it's not such an easy feeling to make hard choices, isn't it? Hard choices, we call it hard choice because it's hard to make those choices and it's not easy. Therefore, a lot of people, they tend to stay in their comfort zone by not making those independent decisions because they don't want to hold themselves responsible towards any debacle or any failure that happens because of making because of making this decision. I hope this is making sense to you. Yeah. And many people have slow decision making capabilities because they fear failure. As I said, what if I take this step and it does not go well? What if I join this program and it does not go fine? All of these kinds of things. What if I try this entrance exam and I don't proceed and go pass and get the percentile score and all that? So therefore, I will not even try. I will not make this decision to even go and try that. But I want you to take out or kind of have a take away from this point about decision independence, that even if you make some decisions, definitely calculated risk kind of decisions, and even if you fail at it, what you will realize is you would have grown so much outside of your comfort zone by making the decision, by going about doing it, and even failing through that process. You would have learned so much by walking this path compared to what you would have learned by not even making the decision. I hope this is a kind of a golden takeaway for you. If this is a bulb on moment for you, please let me know in the comment box and share that with me. All right. So that's about decision independence. So now let's come to the third one, which is about habits independence. I would like to, define it as the ability to intentionally build habits that are correlated to long-term success. Not some random habits, but are something that are research-backed and things which I coach a lot of my community members on, where it's kind of research-oriented and a strategic way of building habits that are, as I said, correlated to long-term success. And if you're very keen on understanding what those habits are, I'll leave a link below through which you can be part of my masterclass, which is called the Productive Husbands Masterclass. And you can learn through that process. Yeah. I hope you'll make that decision, even if that's going to be kind of a difficult decision to make because it involves time, focus, and energy from your end to be part of it. But hey, you know what? We are talking about personal independence now. So let's understand why kind of the challenge that people go through towards building their habits independence, right? We know this. We live in the most distracted era ever, that makes it very challenging for us to build the skill of the century, which is focus. So we cannot build habits because that's kind of a long term process. And if you are not focused enough, if you are constantly distracted, what happens is this challenge stops us from creating that habits independence for ourselves. And why do we face this? One, definitely distraction. Because of that, not many people have the time or the resources to build habits that can generate results. Other reason might be, most people do not have the curiosity or the patience to find a plan that they can start putting into practice immediately, right? So a lot of people think this way, that hey, why do I even have to invest time or money or energy towards building this when so much of information is already available online? But the fact is, too much of information cannot create transformation. It can only keep distracting you and keep you hooked onto one or the next or the next or the next kind of information, isn't it? So this is the third one, which is about habits independence. And if you're very curious to learn how can you build your own habits independence, please drop me a comment and let me know what kind of habits are you already working on. Yeah, I'm very curious to know about this. So that's the third one. And the fourth one that I want to share with you here is time independence. And I'm not talking about time freedom, but I would like to define it as ability to run your life's agenda by yourself. Okay. And why do people, a lot of people, a lot of individuals, a lot of working husbands go through this challenge of unable to run their own life agenda? Because most people's life agenda is kind of run by someone else or something else, like social media platform, cricket matches, office meetings, Netflix. And I'm not saying don't be part of office meetings. If you're a working professional, of course you have to be there. But here is something that I want you to do now, right? Can I challenge you here a little bit so that you can start focusing and you can be very intentional about your time independence? Yeah. Is it okay? If you're also watching this as a recording, please pause and let me know if you're ready to build your time independence. Please go below and comment time independence so that I know that you're very curious to build this. So the challenge for you is open your calendar, whatever calendar that use digital calendar, right? And if you are someone who wants to build success for yourself, want to build a successful life, go to the calendar, look at last 3 months and see for yourself where have you actually slotted time slots where you're working towards you becoming successful, you becoming wealthy, you becoming a contributor, and so on and so forth, that are important for you. If that's not existing, that means you're not working towards your time independence. And if you're keen to build that time independence for yourself by being more strategic, by managing time well, by setting priorities, by knowing how to set boundaries, I'll leave a link through which you can be part of my Productive Husbands Masterclass. Yeah. So that's the challenge. And why do many people face this? We know already that a lot of people are okay with this, okay to not have time independence because it's not easy to structure your life, right? It can be very challenging, time consuming. And if you're doing it all by yourself, it can be kind of draining physically, mentally to kind of start structuring your whole life, right? So because it's so much, it's painful, therefore we tend to stay in that comfort zone and never think about, creating our own life agenda. Yeah. If this makes sense to you, please type MS as a comment below here. So that's the fourth type of independence. And let's transition to the fifth one, which is monetary independence. It's not about the money freedom or the financial freedom. That I'm not talking about that, but I would like to define it as this. Yeah. Ability to make money related decisions in a non-impulsive way. And the challenge, the biggest challenge, you know what it is? Uh, it's about making impulsive decisions just because there is some sale, Amazon sale, end of season sale, end of season sale, so many different things, right? And it creates some kind of impulse, and we tend to make those impulsive money decisions, and that keeps us stuck for a long time and does not help us to create that money independence. So if you're someone who wants to kind of do an audit on this, maybe you look at how you have been spending over the last 3 months, and you will definitely see a pattern on how many impulsive decisions have you been making when it comes to money. Yeah. And that's going to be a very important audit. So please do it and let me know in the comment box if you found this already very, very useful. Yeah. Super. So the next one that I want you to think about, or I want you to know, is why do many people face this challenge? Why do many people face this challenge? Because many people are sold on this idea that one of the most important money investments that you should ever make is your life insurance, right? I'm not saying no to that. I'm not saying no to that. But most people make decisions to buy life insurance because they either want to save tax or because someone else told them about this. So here is the thing. If the only kind of insurance that you are having is life insurance, then you're probably leaving the chance to the dead. You're only going to get it back in a lot of cases, once you've passed away, right? Definitely, it's an insurance for your family, for people whom you love. I'm not saying it's not important, but if that's the only decision that you're making when it comes to investments, and not investing on the biggest asset, the greatest asset in your life, that is you. If you're not investing money into your own development, then you're probably never going to experience, monetary independence, because that's one thing that can, that kind of education, that kind of coaching and mentorship is what can actually help you, you know create this monetary independence. Yeah. If this is making sense to you, please let me know in the chat box, and just give me a smiley there. Yeah. Super. So that's the fifth kind of independence. And the sixth one, which I want to talk about, is career independence. And I would like to define it as the ability to not follow the popular social norm and create a path for yourself. Create a path for yourself, right? And what's the big challenge here? The big challenge is most career choices are made because of advice that we get from our friends or from our uncles, from our family members, and they ask us to follow the same path that they have followed, or that they have seen a lot of people follow, right? And therefore, your career, it's simply a reflection of a lot of people that you already know in your life. And why do many people face this challenge? Many people face this challenge because of this. When you blindly follow the crowd, you don't tend to have a sense of personality or individual identity, which can result in, kind of having a low levels of self esteem and low levels of confidence. So what tends to happen is, you tend to not make decisions. We learned about this in the decision independence. We tend to ask too much of help or too much of advice, because decision making is kind of a painful process. Therefore, career is a big choice for a lot of people, and career decisions can be, very kind of taxing, and very kind of, it's a tedious process to go through it. And therefore, people are very comfortable asking for advice and just following what everyone else is doing. Yeah. So I just wanted to share through this video 6 types of personal independence that you can start working on. And can you let me know in the comment box what's one or two of these things which are very, very critical to you, which are very important for you? Please share that in the comment below, and I'd love to connect with you through those comments. And yeah, thank you so much for being here and learning about your personal independence. This is Karthik signing off. I'll catch you soon in the next one. Take care.